In this video, we're going to look at how to find an unknown in a geometric sequence. So for example, you have three terms, 4k and k squared minus 12, and we're looking for what k is. Well, what we're going to use in order to figure that out is the fact that the quotient of any two terms will always be the same. So for example, let's call this u1, u2, and u3, first term, second term, and third term. If we divide u2 by u1, you're going to get the same answer as if you would divide the next consecutive pairs, which is u3 over u2. It's always going to be the same common ratio if we divide u2 over u1 as if we divide u3 over u2. So now we can set this up. u2, which is k, is equal, over u1, which is 4, is equal to u3, which is k squared minus 12 over u2, which is k. Now we have two fractions with an unknown, and in order to figure out that unknown, we have to cross multiply. Anytime you have two fractions with an unknown, you can cross multiply to figure out that unknown. So on the left side, we get k times k, which is k squared. And on the right side, we'll have to distribute, or 4. So we have to do 4 minus k squared minus 12. So we're distributing that 4, and we get 4k squared minus 48. Now that square there tells us that this is a quadratic equation, which means that, oh, hold on, we have a little, there we go. Which means that in order to solve a quadratic equation, you want to make it equal to 0 first. So we can take k squared away from both sides, and we'll get, let's see, k squared for both sides, and we'll get that 0 is equal to 3k squared minus 48. So from here, there is a common factor of 3, which we can take out, and we get that k squared, we get 3 times k squared minus 16 is equal to 0. From this point, we can now do the difference of two squares. I'll do it on this side. We have 3 times k squared minus 16 is 0. So I can factor this k squared minus 16, and I get 4 on that side, plus positive 4 and negative 4 over here. And that's equal to 0. Which means now we have three numbers being multiplied. We have 3, which cannot be 0. We have k plus 4. So that could give us that k is negative 4 to make that 0. Or, let's rewrite that. Or k is 4. So in order for that to be equal to 0, k would either have to be negative 4 or 4. And that's the only way to get that equation equal to 0. Now, I wouldn't continue on from this question without checking to make sure that your answers make sense. So let's do that now. Okay, so if k is negative 4, then our first term would be 4. Our second term would be negative 4. And our third term would be 4. It's not a very exciting sequence, but it's a geometric sequence nonetheless, because we are multiplying by negative 1 to get the next term each time. So that works. Negative 4 works. If k is 4, our first term is 4. Our second term is also 4, because k is 4. And our third term, 16 minus 12, is also 4. Even more boring of a sequence, but that's okay, because we are multiplying by the same fixed number, which is 1. each time, positive 1 each time, and that does give us a geometric sequence.